My name is Artdiv A. Cabanilla, and my report is all about speciation, evolution, and taxonomy. First, let's go to speciation. Speciation is a process by which barriers to gene flow evolve between populations due to ecologically based divergent selection. Speciation occurs when a group within a species separates from other members of its species and develops its unique characteristics. As an interbreeding species, population becomes better adapted to its ecological niche. Its genetic heritage gives it the potential to change further as circumstances dictate. Also, speciation maintains species diversity. Darwin believed that new species arise only very gradually over immensely long times. In some organisms, however, adapted changes have occurred fast enough to be observed. Under speciation, we have its mechanism. First is allopatric speciation. Allopatric, which is a term that can be divided into two. Allo means other and patric means place. Allopatric speciation occurs in geographically isolated populations, and the separation is due to different geographical events. The species arise in non-overlapping geographic locations. Next is reproductive isolation. It happens when two groups of individuals evolved from the same parental population do not interbreed. Next is peripatric speciation. Peripatric is a term that can be divided into two. Peri means near and patric means place. If the small subset of a large population becomes isolated at the periphery of the original population's range and over generations, the small group becomes reproductively isolated from the original community. This type of speciation is also known as the founder effect. Next is parapatric speciation. Parapatric, which is a term that can be divided into two, para means beside and patric means place. Individuals' organisms are more likely to mate with their geographic neighbors. It also results in a reduced gene flow within the population. No specific barrier to gene flow, and the mating behavior is not random. Next is sympatric speciation. Sympatric, which is a term that can be divided into two. Sym means same, patric means place. The species split into two groups that diversify and become genetically isolated while remaining in the same place. Next is behavioral isolation. It is sometimes called ethological separation, and this happens when two populations of the same species develop some differences in behavior. A typical example is mating rituals. Also, the original Galapagos finches, separating from the rest of the mainland, could no longer share genetic material and became reproductively isolated. The barriers that divide subpopulations are not always physical. For example, two virtually identical tree frogs, namely Hyla versicolor and Hyla chrysocelis, live in similar eastern North America habitats but have different mating calls. Next is the types of natural selection. First is directional selection. It occurs when a single phenotype is favored, causing the allele frequency to shift in one direction continuously. Second, stabilizing selection. It results in a disease of populations' genetic variants when natural selection favors a typical phenotype and selects against extreme variations, and it can narrow the range of a trait. Third, diversifying or disruptive selection. The average of intermediate phenotypes are often less fit than either extreme phenotype. They are unlikely to feature prominently in a population, and it can cause traits to diverge to the extremes. Next is evolution is a process of genetic change from generation to generation, occurring in populations or higher order groupings of organisms. Ample evidence from both laboratory experiments and nature shows evolution at work. Geneticists have modified many fruit fly properties including body size, eye color, growth rate, lifespan, and feeding behavior using artificial selection. The evolutionary change is also occurring in nature. A classic example in some of finches on the Galapagos Islands of Daphne. Here in front of you is an image portraying the evolution of man through time. Next is taxonomy. Taxonomy is the study of naming, describing, and classifying organisms, including the rules, theories, principles, and procedures. A Swedish botanist named Carolus Linnaeus developed binomial nomenclature, a two-word naming system for naming all species on Earth. The first part or portion of the scientific name is the genus, that is always written first and capitalized, and appears in italics or underline. The second word of the scientific name is the species, and appears in italics or using underline. Scientists communicate about species using these scientific names instead of common names. For example, lion, dandelion, or antlion, to avoid confusion. The common name can refer to any number of species in different places, and a single species might have many familiar names. The image in front of you is an example of taxonomic hierarchy. And that ends my report. Thank you for listening.